Woo! Nah, this is the intro to that show Warrior.
But yeah, what do you think about it? I'm like on the second episode.
Nah, it's gonna get crazy, bro.
Yeah,
I saw that intro today. That shit blew me away, bro. I love it.
All right. Yeah. Do you want to save that for? So hold on. We're not going to go over any sports, right? We'll wait.
I'm already recording, so fuck it.
No.
Look, Old school, new vibes. Dun 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 dun. Boom 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 boom. You know what I mean?
Word up.
We freestyling today.
Yo, welcome to OSNV. Well, 2/3 of this, you know what I'm saying?
We got the old heads representing because the young buck is somewhere off doing his young buck thing, and you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, cheers. What you working with today?
I'm drinking Iron Man Surprise, you know?
I'm saying, okay.
Cheers. Word up.
Cheers, bro.
What's popping, Chief?
Not much. What am I getting into? Actually, just came from outside, man, today.
I went for a little walk today. I went to check on my car. The shit is real, bro.
Yo.
I posted a picture of my car. It's buried.
Yeah, this is the first time that that the weatherman's been like accurate for like a minute, right? Yeah. And it's still going on right now. So we're probably looking at like 2 feet, bro.
It's not that crazy right now. Oh man, my email. Fuck, I gotta log out of that shit.
I'll do that shit. But
yo, fuck. Let's see what happens if I leave this shit in. It's gonna look silly, stupid. That's my work email. Who the fuck is emailing me at work right now? Get the fuck out of here.
Appreciate the snow. It's good every now and then. What I don't really like is the slush. Like when it goes from snow to like rain. And
slushies are just good for the summertime. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks.
Yo, look at that.
Yo, I just
shit is mad blurry.
Yeah. Nah, but it's crazy, man. No more snow days. You can't like call it, yo, I can't come in, you know, the car's but like.
Yeah, no snow days if you're working remote. Hey, listen, you got to take the good with the bad. I can't complain, you know?
Facts. Yeah.
I can't. Yo, you drinking from the chalice, malice? Atlantic Palace.
Yo, this is the chalice. You know what I'm saying? And this is the grind, the callus. You know what I mean?
Me too. I got the H2 Izzo for Shizzo.
Yo, we could say whatever we want. We could go tinfoil mad.
Yeah.
We got no longer patrol coming.
We got no regulation today. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Nah, man, but
I don't want to go too crazy into the rabbit hole, bro, because the shit is real out there.
Yo, I'm gonna say this. I would say the last maybe 3-4 months, I really like just locked out, man. I don't even see the news or anything, right? Yeah. And I'm pretty much up to date with any new regulation or anything that's current or any new news that I should know, anything vital.
Right.
And this is from not me even like subscribing to any news network. But you're going to find out, you know, yo, there's no more indoor dining. You hear it in passing. And, you know, I think that also gives a testament to how powerful word of mouth is. But the fact that like anything I need to know, I can find out. Like
I get a citizen alert that tells me pretty much everything going on in the city.
The peak game, right? So for missing out in about 4 months of headlines, and I'm sure what I'm missing out on is a bunch of doom and gloom. This is the crazy thing. You get a bunch of doom and gloom headlines for the last 4 months, yet nothing changed. So all of those looming, glooming headlines that were supposed to push you to some kind of fear. What? Nothing happened in the 4 months. Like nothing substantial happened. Let me repeat that. Like, of course, things happen all the time, but nothing substantial where it really shifts something in your routine or in your life. And it's like, man, well, why even subscribe to any of that fear mongering? You know what I mean? Like, I could understand if the news was like a mixture of happy stories, and because I'm not one who's like, oh, he's one of those, he's scared of watching. I'm not scared of watching news. I know what's going to affect me, and I know what's going on enough to take care of my, you know, what I'm taking care of right now. My range of duty is very small. We're home, like I just go to the studio, we do this, like. So
me too. I got a routine.
none of that is really influenced by anything external anyway.
Yeah.
So
you're right. Focus on your immediate, like what's going on around you. I've shared this post the other day. It's probably shared again from something else, but it said, hope always overpowers fear. And it's true. You know, like you can't give in to fear no matter what. And that's what they're doing. They're pushing fear. They're pushing people to, like, you know, just give in to whatever's going on and not think outside the box. And, you know, I'm not going to get into the whole shindig, but you know, what you see primarily out there on the news and media outlets is pushing fear. Like, you don't really hear good, uplifting, heartwarming stories. You don't hear about when somebody helps a person helps somebody else out of a bind, or a charity like you guys are doing. You don't really hear uplifting tales like that. When we need that, you know what I mean? Like the people out there that's committing suicide. I did a video about mental health, and I meant every word of it, because I dealt with mental health issues as far as depression and PTSD. Like, people that know me know that I've been through some shit, but I'm not special. Everybody has. I just found a way to cope with it, to learn how to deal with these when shit gets tough, how to prevail, how to center the mind and body. And it's a struggle, bro. But
so, yeah, you know, it's a great quote that I also read a few months ago, almost a year, I was saying, and it really it changed my perspective a lot. Well, not even changed, but reinforced the one that I've been living in the last few years. But the quote was, joy is the mastering of pain. And that hit home, son, because, you know, things are going to go on right now. And as we know, like, it's almost a year in this pandemic, and we still can't do certain activities, you know?
Well, in certain states, other states are living it up like it's nothing.
Right?
Like it's a regular old day, you know? You go down to Florida, everybody's chilling. I mean, obviously the pandemic is real. I'm not denying that. It's just certain states are handling it differently, and you see the difference, and people are still getting sick. It's not stopping people from getting sick.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, one thing that always stood out to me as well is that the whole numbers going up and down is like, so like 100% of the people who get tested, right? Mm-hmm. People who follow the guidelines and for whatever, quote unquote, are safe, right?
Yeah.
The people who don't follow the guidelines, right, don't get tested. So the numbers going up or down or whatever are only from people who follow the guidelines and get tested.
Right.
So you're following the guidelines and the numbers are still going up.
You know what I just thought of? Like, I agree. You know what I just thought of? Like, let's say you test positive, right? Mm-hmm. You recover, and then you go back and you test negative. So your positive stays in the statistics. You know what I'm saying? It just keeps adding and adding and adding. It's not reflecting the people that get cured, right? It's just adding to the numbers of cases.
Facts.
Right?
I know, man. I know. Yo, right now it's total sidebar. I'm just looking at the difference in the definition of your picture and my picture.
Yeah.
I need an upgrade, man.
It's like apples and oranges.
Seriously, man. Like,
no, I'm kidding. But your setup is way better than before. You know?
Yeah.
You know, the only reason why I stumbled upon this is because my webcam started acting up and freezing. The webcam that I bought. And I was telling my boy, I was like, yo, this piece of shit started freezing on me after like a week of using it. And he's like, yo, you know, you could use your camera as a web. I'm like, what? So I looked into it and like, boom, look at that.
Yeah. I'm gonna try that.
Sometimes you just stumble upon shit, bro.
I'm going to try that with the Canon.
Put that 7D to work, bro. It works on this. We'll talk offline, and if you want, I'll take you step by step on how to set it up.
Yeah, no, definitely. You see what I got over here, right here. You know what I'm saying?
The Battlegrounds. Is that a Spartan helmet, or is that something else?
Actually, you know what's funny? This is from Italy. It is a Spartan helmet.
Okay.
Logan. I actually had this on here in tribute to Logan right now. So, But he's not on. He's playing.
Shout out to Logan NYC. He's out there abusing the stock market right now, buying all kinds of shares of AMC and fucking
Exactly when I wanted to holler at him.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that in a minute.
Yeah, so but I was referring to this over here. He got this in Italy. He brought it back as a gift. I got the pieces right here because for all those people listening right now, me and my board team are going in on chess. I mean, we've been playing chess.
I'm not playing around no more, bro.
I'm gonna say at least maybe more than half of my life I've been playing chess, right? And I can say the same thing probably for Dean. We've been playing forever. And I
stopped for a hot minute though.
I'm pretty sure the Queen's Gambit thing just really fueled or just sparked.
It's definitely because of the Queen's Gambit that I started playing again.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
And then we always talk about it anyway, and we always play random.
Yeah. Like, I know you were trying to get me to get back into playing for a hot minute. Like, yo, download this app, let's play online. And I was always like half-ass about it. But now it's like I'm not fucking around. I bought the tournament chess set.
I see it.
You know what I'm saying?
Business right now, like
it helps me see the board in real time. Like it's different looking at it on a screen. You know what I mean? But if I got that shit in front of me, it's a different world, bro.
We need that full board screen.
Battle Royal?
Yeah, we need to actually. We're gonna do that for everyone listening.
Shout out to the OG Chi from East New York. You know who you is.
Yes.
Shout out to the OG. We played a couple of games. Our second game was close. He sunned me the first game. He checkmated me, and then the next game was close. I survived to the very end. You know, he got me with the end game, bro. It's all about the end game with these advanced chess players, man.
How many years ago, right? Like when we first met and started in the studio.
Yeah.
Chess with him too.
Yeah.
He's the one that actually introduced us to that full board.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
It's like a battle. It's like Smash Brothers, but chess.
That's online now?
Yeah.
Online?
I want to play that shit online.
Yes. Anybody who's interested,
yeah.
Feel free to hit us at oldschoolnewvibes@gmail.com with any kind of inquiry.
Yeah.
The whole chess war. It's gonna be amazing. Like, just look it up. It's a 4-man chess
It's
board.
for every man for himself type shit.
Yeah,
bodies everywhere.
What we could actually do is get 2 old school, representatives.
Yeah.
And then 2 new school.
2 youngins. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't sleep, because the younger these chess prodigies are, the more crazier they are.
Bro, I'm seeing games online of these young Russian prodigies, like 13, 15 years old, and they're schooling these older veteran dudes. Like, if you got it, you got it. It's like some of these kids are just born with that, like, extra gift of.
You just gotta, I'm gonna be honest, you have to totally immerse yourself. And you should do that. There's a beautiful quote from Alan Watts, who's a brilliant philosopher. But he said, the key to life is to just look at life like play. Like, even though it's work and it's play, and to totally immerse yourself in whatever it is you're doing. You could be playing cards, you could be knitting something, fucking run, whatever you're doing, just surrender to it. And it's almost a form of meditation. But that's how you really master something as well. I remember when I first started, I was playing with
the sharks.
The super sharks.
The sharks. I remember Zuccotti Park.
With Bobby Fischer, bro. Like, people who played him and people were in his book. And it's like, they were amazing. I mean, that's no testament to how good or bad I am.
Yeah. Well, a little fun fact for you. I actually met the guy that the movie Searching for Bobby Fischer was based upon. His name is Josh Watskin. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing his name right. Josh Watskin. And I met him when I started training at Marcelo Garcia's in the city. And so he's the guy that the movie Searching Bobby Fischer was based upon. And so he's one of Marcelo's first black belts. And he's one of Marcelo's first black belts. And this was back in like 2010 that I got to meet him, interact with him. And I'm like, oh shit, this guy's a chess master. He even helped him develop his online academy called MG in Action. He helped them develop that. It's so sophisticated, that system that they have of like online like courses for like all these advanced jiu-jitsu people, like people, not just advanced, people from all types of ranks and stuff like that. He helped them develop that shit. That guy's a genius, bro.
I love hearing stories like that. I mean, again, I can talk about chess all day because it literally changed my life. I mean, not even changed my life, but I think in life everything is about different mindsets, and
Yeah.
whatever period of life you're in, a certain mindset is what's going to help you operate in that lifestyle. But, you know, when I just had Logan, I was very young, and I was still I was 16, bro, 17, already out there working,
He
and
was a young buck.
I was just introduced to it very young, and just the principles of chess still in there. You know, like the pawns, and like, you know, a simple thing like the pawns are the ones that are in the front line, right? And although they couldn't make it to the other side and claim victory and become reborn in something high, they can never be a king. You know what I mean? They could the highest stature they could go up to is a queen, you know?
No pawn can be king.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, these are certain you're chosen. This is when you start realizing that I look at it like the board is my universe and everything is at my disposal. Every move I make has to be solidified, has to be protected, and should be thought out. And then our end game is the most important, because in your latter years, you're going to be, you know, older longer than you're going to be younger.
Right.
These are the days you prepare for, you know, and so just the principles really, really, really impacted like how I look at life. You know?
Yeah, I totally agree. And it's like, I think about it sometimes. It's like, you know, when you see movies and you see like these old, rich, wealthy motherfuckers and they have chessboards, like these fancy, expensive chessboards, and they always allude to that. Like, and I feel like that's how the world is built. Like,
you have a beautiful
oh yeah, I'm using it right now to prop up this thing. But my point is that, you know, you could see it like that too. Like the wealthy and the elites, they see life as a chess game. The way everything is built, the structure, the power, the power, the pawns, we're the pawns, you know what I mean? And they're the high ranking officials, the knights, the bishops, you know, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy how it connects to like real life.
So peep game. That what I said earlier would apply, because you could take the principles of chess and apply it to almost everything. So, you know, I was looking at it from more an individual perspective. You know, the universe, the chessboard in yours, but the angle you took was more like we're citizens or
down to earth. Yeah.
Keep that now. So we're the citizens, we're the pawns. When we reach the promised land, we still can't be the highest. We can't be their a king. We could at most be their mate.
The queen.
I mean, the queen, which is still serving them.
But she is the most powerful piece on the board.
Not more powerful than the king.
She's protecting the king.
Facts. So
you know what I'm saying?
That already makes her like subject to him. But do you just see that? So
and she could end the king. You know what I mean?
She could also be sacrificed in the beginning.
Yeah, you're right.
For the good,
but for the bad. Going back though, the pawn can also be a powerful piece too if you use it right. If you corner that king in and you get pushed that one pawn, he's got nowhere to go. You know what I mean?
Now we could apply chess like in a from a masonry level, right? Like you're building stuff. Right, so the pawns are the joints and the bolts that of what keep certain structures together. You know what I mean? You pull out your powerful pieces, bishops, rooks, and knights, and they have to be. Those are more the themes. Those are more the structural pieces that are supported by the pawns. You know what's funny? There's a in Philly in the Masons temple. They have this, I don't know what you would call it. It's like it's underneath one of the buildings, and it has a bunch of people, I guess, quote unquote, people, pawns, or whatever you want to call them, holding the whole building up.
I've seen art like that, similar. Like people are holding up the chessboard.
Yeah.
Have you seen that one? Yeah. It's like on people's backs.
Yeah. Yeah, and then it's like, all we have to do is get up.
Yeah, all you have to do is get up. As you see a bunch of old rich motherfuckers like smoking cigars, you know, it's crazy, bro. And it's crazy. And it's like, I'm like, they're doing this shit right now. It's like, I feel like, and this is just some rabbit hole, you know, tinfoil shit. Like
Yo,
I feel like
go on.
once the elites start feel like their power and their grasp of society slipping away, you know, I don't know. It's like a weird coincidence that now this whole pandemic shit is coming out, and it's like now that's that power grab. You know what I mean? Keep track of people's health. Keep track of this. Everyone got to get vaccinated now. This and that. I know it sounds fucking crazy. Trust me. I sound crazy right now to myself saying this. But if you look at it in a level of like who's in control, who runs governments, who runs banks, who's the wealthiest people out there running shit, bro? Like they don't give a fuck about people like us. That's the honest truth. They don't give a fuck. And they just proved it with this whole shit that I want to segue into, the whole shit that happened with the stock market. That's a perfect segue, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to get into that, go ahead.
I definitely wanted Logan to add his piece because, to be honest, this is
We'll circle back to it. Let's circle back to it because I want to get his feedback too.
But we can just touch on it really quick on something that whether he's here or not, but something that just was dope from my point of view was when he told us about it. He told us like literally a whole day before the whole fiasco, right?
Yeah.
It was like a bunch of the other tips he gave us, right? Which they may have been fruitful in their own way or whatnot. But out of all the tips he did provide, this one was the one that was like, holy shit. Really like broke the bank, literally. So one, I want to ask him what the heck is he dealing with?
Or maybe that should be a conversation to be had offline. I don't think you want to have that conversation on the fucking podcast. But I honestly, I don't think it's no insider shit. It's just there's threads. It's like there's threads and people have some information and knowledge about stuff. There's no illegal shit behind it.
What they're doing is exactly what the quote unquote big brother and the higher ups are doing. You know, I forgot where I heard this at, but something that was really like just beyond unfair because it's not even fair anymore. The fact that they were able to kind of stop this from happening. You know what I mean? Like the way they reacted. Meanwhile,
I couldn't buy the stock. They blocked me.
Neither did I. But
crazy.
Like the crazy shit. I forgot the CEO from one of the hotels, right? He had made a statement and said early last year and said because of the pandemic, all of the stocks are going to be influenced, and this is going to be a horrible year for hotels, right? This is a CEO of all like the hotel. Forgot the exact verbatim title he has, but this is what he says. The following day, the stock goes. It's the lowest it's ever been for like hotels and shit, right? Afterward, like maybe I think before the end of the day, the next day, he bought up all of the fucking hotel shares. He bought super low, and then it went back up.
It went back up, yeah. That's what they call shorting.
Yeah, but he influenced that.
Yeah.
And this is what's happening. And I get that there has to be regulations because of,
they don't regulate themselves. And as soon as the little man,
which
comes together.
It's good that they got to take their own medicine, but you know what? At the end of the day, maybe there needs to.
They lost billions, bro. Like not just a couple $100 million. They lost billions.
And there was, I know Logan came off, you know what I mean? And a lot of other people came. I know some of his boys I see that follow.
He said he's getting these teas now, so we're gonna hold him to it.
And
we'll let him speak for himself when he gets on. If you want, we can change the subject.
Yeah, now we can talk. You know what I'm actually looking at? That's fucking being a.
What's that?
I got this right here, but then I got the mic. Let me just change.
Oh, you want to change your headphones?
Yeah, what's the whole point of having the mic?
Yeah. But if you can hear me good with those, fuck it.
Hold on a second. Yo, you amigo? And then
can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Shit, actually very loud, so hold on.
Can you hear me? Hello, is it me you're looking for?
Thanks. It's funny, right? I was in the I'm working on this track now. you know, this is a day and age when more harmonizing it.
Right.
Yeah, you know, I still hear myself harmonizing. I really do. I mean, I love it. I love how it's coming out, and I've already just accepted it. It's just shit is just different
Bro,
now.
I just want to find one dope track that I could jump on with you and then call it a day. You know what I'm saying?
So I actually just shout out to those are the drum dealer.
Yeah.
And we were just talking
See,
about
that's the types of joints he got.
son.
Those type of beats are hard, bro. I don't
He,
want to
he,
do no mainstream. I don't want to see the thing is I'm not looking to make a comeback into the music scene. I just want to do one or two tracks, call it a day, say what I gotta say, and call it a day. Hey,
don't even do it like come back or not. This is shit you love doing. I don't me doing music is like me being who I am. You know what I mean? Not doing things of who I'm trying to be. This is just what I do. I love music. I'm gonna make music until
yeah,
forever.
absolutely. That's you though. I don't have the same passion that you do.
That you know, once you get the wheels turning and you start.
You know what it is? I have other things to focus on, like this and other things and videography and, other things. So I know that it's not enough drive in me to want to make a full, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I do still want to like just represent, get in there and see if I still got it. Maybe I don't got it, or maybe I do got it. Who knows?
I think you do got it. I think just you know what, like a lot of our, I guess, era, I'm seeing them. They're still looking amazing, bro. However, I think now with just science and just the awareness on our bodies and what we
Supplements.
and all that, yeah. I
Yeah.
think a lot of people are really taking great care of themselves and they're following good regimens and we're gonna be like 60, 70, 80 years old still looking amazing.
I didn't even want to think that far ahead, bro. Shit. I don't even, you know what I'm saying? I want to enjoy my 40s and drag them out as long as I can. You know what I mean? But one goal is to like, drop a few pounds, maybe 15, 20 pounds and get in shape. I see going back to Chi, like he's on some health and fitness stuff. You're on some health and fitness stuff. And I still keep in contact with a lot of people that I used to train with. And so everybody, it's all inspirational. Like I really want to get back out there and get active again. But not the weather is, listen, it's just excuses. I really, what I'm doing is making excuses, but the weather doesn't help, and this fucking pandemic doesn't fucking help. So again, it's just about getting into that mindset of like, gotta stay consistent, can't fuck around, can't let yourself. So
But
once I get into that mindset, I'll be good,
I agree 100%. But I went from going to yoga and loving it. Once maybe the first that Rona acting up.
It ran down the wrong path, bro.
Shit, yo. Now, but it took like maybe an initial 2 weeks to really realize, oh shit, like the yoga students not kind of open up. Like I need to just practice shit at home.
You were in denial at first, and then you said you had to accept it, right?
And then I was like, you know what? And that I'm very happy that I accepted a lot in the very beginning of the pandemic. And I think because a lot of times I think we spoke on this before, but we're like, oh yeah, I'll wait to XYZ in order to go back to what my mission was, or
right,
to peace or feel happy or whatever. And man, you'll be waiting forever. You gotta create the happiness now, and then whatever, let it like be like water. This is one of our own
Bruce Lee.
On this Bruce Lee, which is a fucking good segue into Warriors.
Oh man, I just started watching this shit. Like I can't really speak too much on it, but I love the premise.
Yeah.
They're like immigrants from China. They go to the West Coast, I think San Francisco, and then they meet up with like the gangs out there, and like you got these various gangs that are running the show at war with each other. Then you got the locals, you got the cops, and it's like the politicians. So it's like one big fucking crazy.
That was actually introduced that I wasn't even aware of, that just the racism in between the Asians themselves.
Yeah.
When they come here, like the ones that are established here and the ones that visited from, you know, who were migrating here.
Yeah, yeah.
See that, like, that's a whole different angle and a whole different struggle that Bruce Lee was dealing with.
So what does that have to do with Bruce Lee? Like, is that a fictional thing that he came up with, that he wrote? That's what I'm not sure of. He's affiliated with it somehow.
So I think when he came here to get accepted by them, there's certain, because I'm also basing it off.
But the show's not based on his life. The show is a fiction. Yeah.
I'm going into the second episode, and right now it's just parts of his movie, like when he was in the movies.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, what's that?
Enter the Dragon and yeah.
That's pretty sure, maybe it's going to be excerpts of his life.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. We'll see. I'm feeling it. I like how it went from that they were speaking in like Asian, and then it
shifted to English. Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, I mean, yeah, because you got to understand it. But I don't mind watching. I mean, shit, I grew up watching kung fu movies in Chinese, so I don't mind the subtitles and stuff like that. Word up, Wu Tang! Shout out to Kung Fu Cult Master Jet Li.
Oh man, Kung Fu Cult Master, wasn't that the craziest movie, son? Persia
Legacy Productions. I remember True Master. Shout out to True Master. He based his whole shit off of that. Persia Legacy.
Son, they was shooting fucking fireballs out of their hands.
Bro, that's a if you have not seen Kung Fu Cult Master with Jet Li, bro, that's like a all-time classic.
We need to find that and put that in the that. I'm sure it's gonna be a different name, but some Kung Fu movies, like, and it's crazy because the white kid, because when we first met her, she's younger than me, and then she's like, "Oh, I love karate movies." I'm like, "What?" And I threw one on, and she was. I was like, "Okay, duly noted."
Nice.
You know, keep her.
She's a keeper. Yeah. And not just that, I do remember one time he was in there in the studio playing chess with the Jizza. That's how, you know what I'm saying? The whole chess thing, it just goes full circle, bro.
I don't know how far this... I played Master Killer.
Oh, you played Master Killer?
Yeah, and
he's nice? Is he nice?
He's nice.
Yeah.
He had made an error. I just took advantage of the error. See, I don't take like those kind of wins when you know that you fucked up before you told me, and he's like, nah, fuck it, just take it.
Yeah.
You know, in my mind, to me, it's not a real 100% win. You know what I mean? But,
yeah, I got you. That's what I like about this chess shit. There's no takebacks.
Like I've been playing a lot with Ramon, right? And like,
he's getting better?
Yeah, but whenever he makes a mistake, I was like, take it back. Like, because I get to that point where we're like, it's so fucking.
Yeah. Well, we're past that shit. We're in battle mode now.
Yeah. That's how I'm with chess. I'm with Chi. I'm up to Chi. He beat me.
Bro.
Like literally the same shit. I'm a stupid mistake, and as I did, he's like, we made fun of it, but.
Yo, he was talking shit off the bat, bro. To me, he was talking shit off the bat.
This is.
I was going with it.
It was sport. You could turn it into MMA too.
Yeah. You could turn it to like competitive.
Oh, yeah, I love it.
Yo, at one point he's like, "Yo, you need to go do all the puzzles." I was like, "All right, bet."
He's a beast, bro.
Yo, so here's the thing.
You should have him up here, man.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. I would love to.
And he's in tune with music too for a minute. He has, man.
Bro, he sold me my first keyboard. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like my first rolling keyboard, he sold me that shit.
With like a lot of the labels coming up, like influential labels. Remember, they had their own label. So
yeah,
definitely doing their business.
Absolutely. What I was gonna say about going back to chess is I have not gotten advanced to the point of knowing these different like names that they have. Like there's one called the fried liver. There's one called the London, the Queen's, the Queen's Gambit, the Dutch. There's so many different names. I don't know. I could be doing it, but I don't know that that's what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just playing like I'm just freestyling. You know what I mean? Like I'm not going for a specific set of moves. I'm just going to what makes sense to me. You know what I mean?
That's to learn. That's good because that's how you learn the functionality of every piece, right?
Yeah.
Once you know every piece, like back and forth, it becomes so much more instrumental.
So like the names, like if you're saying, all right, I'm gonna do a London, I'm gonna do this.
I know some of them, but to be honest, I have been playing the same opening for like the last 10 years, bro.
Not just the opening, the Queen's, yeah, but I'm talking about the actual
Queen's Gambit and the approach. Yeah, I don't study games or approaches like how I used to. I thank God I just been playing more, and which is probably not as because I'm playing normal people. I'm not playing way advanced people, and a lot of times those puzzles are from advanced people. So it's good, definitely good to do that and study games. That's how you learn a lot of tricks. But for the most part, I mean, a tip that I would give was play the same exact game until you master that. Yeah, it's cool. Other openings, I'm sure there's other openings that are maybe a little bit more effective, but that's going to take years for me to master that shit. So let me just master this one. And if mine is basic, I usually start with Queen's Gambit, very simple. I mean, the more typical or traditional is the King's Gambit, but I think I actually learned this from, I forgot the chess player's name, but pretty much helped me out with that piece. But yeah, man, I want to pick up a book, man, on chess.
Bro, just go to chess.com. I follow this guy, Gotham Chess.
They have live chess.
Bro, this shit is crazy. Like you can learn nowadays with what you got on YouTube, you can learn shit so much quicker now. That's how I picked up a lot of moves, watching games, playing the computer, getting my ass whipped by the computer. Like I'm like, wow. And then if I could stand a chance a little bit with the advanced computers, then I know I could play someone at my level. So when I go to game, it picks someone, random person from anywhere in the world at your level. They give you somebody at your level. And so I'm playing people and I'm like, I'm winning games. I'm like, this lad, I sent you a link to one of my last games.
Yeah.
I was fucking around a little bit. I was getting loosey-goosey. And so the dude started threatening me, started invading my castle. And then one move to the next, threw that queen in there. And once I got that queen in there, it was a wrap, bro. It was like, he was like, fucking, I somehow mated him, but I was like in so much danger. I'm like, I'm never doing that shit again. Cause it could have been a loss and I would have looked like an asshole. But
no, it's good. It's good to take risk. But make sure they calculated risk. I've been and it's okay to sacrifice pieces to gain positioning, because it doesn't matter how many pieces you have on the board. 2 knights come at you. You know what I mean? You can have a queen and everything. Yeah. So don't get fooled by the sacrifices. And one of the major things is something called discovery, where 2 moves are being done at the same time. So like, let's say you have like a positioning of a bishop or something that affects you, across the board, but it's guarded by a pawn. And then now you lift that pawn that you just lifted is going to threaten another piece while you just opened up the file for the bishop to threaten that other piece.
Yeah.
Discovery, that's the aim that you should be doing. Moves like that isn't just one move that's going to threaten. It's
opening up. It's a sequence of moves.
Yeah, and I like to refer to that as like ultra instinct, Dragon Ball Z level, where you start like one move just fucking is an offense, defense, and like a protection move all at once and stuff.
Yeah. It's so much, bro. It's like, and again, I've mentioned in the past, like you could equate chess to jujitsu, because it is. It's like they say that jujitsu is like human chess, because you're trying to gain advantage on another person with a sequence of moves, and you're thinking steps ahead of them. So you're setting traps, you're baiting them. You're trying to get yourself in an advantageous position. It's crazy, bro. Like the parallels between chess and jiu-jitsu is crazy. That's why I love jiu-jitsu, man. I wish that this situation wasn't happening right now. I could still be training. You know what I mean? But it's a big risk right now for me to get back in there and start training again. So I'm gonna be patient, but I'll get myself back in there.
Well, those videos you sent me, just continue to do that, man. In the meantime,
Yeah, for sure.
I know
The
it's
workout videos and shit.
yeah, just do that as much as possible, man, until you can get it in with somebody else. But yo, I could be a fucking test dummy, my G. We just gotta go to the park.
Yeah. They were doing, my gym was doing jiu-jitsu in the park. They were having a bunch of people there in Astoria Park. They were just training and shit like that. Shout out to ITC. But, you know, it's too cold now for that shit.
Speaking of Warrior, right? But there was something else that I wanted to, WandaVision. We definitely need to touch base on the news.
Yeah.
I know we spoke about it last time.
We could definitely get into that.
I love that finally we're entering like the thick of things a little, you know. And I mean, again, I knew what they were. I knew they were, and I'm okay with the whole, you know, using them because it reminded me of Bewitched. I love that, but 2 episodes of that, okay, I'm over that. But I'm glad that
it was a sitcom. They were emulating. They were paying homage to the old sitcoms from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and they just brought it into the real time. Oh no, actually, they're still gonna go into the 80s and 90s. They're still gonna go into the 80s and 90s, but yeah, they had to bring it like back to the real world, and it's insane because you got all these players. So you know, instead of shield, it's sword now.
Yeah. So, yeah, right. That's like
sentient. It stands for sentient weapon observation. Some shit division.
So how new is that? Is that recorded on some of the Marvel movies? I don't recall that.
Do you remember at the end of Spider-Man: Homecoming? Did you see the post-credit scenes at the end of the second Spider-Man movie where he's fighting Mysterio? And they do you watch the post-credit scenes?
I don't remember what it was.
Okay, so they had 2 post-credit scenes. One was when they fucking put him on blast and they exposed his identity. They said, "Oh, Peter Parker did this," and Peter Parker's Spider-Man. So that happened. So right now his identity is exposed. But then after that, in the post-credits, you see that during the whole movie, Nick Fury was really a Skrull. He was an alien. He was one of those shape-shifting Skrull aliens, right?
Wow.
But they're in communication with each other. They're in cahoots. They're helping each other. And
isn't that one of the good ones too? There's
remember. So I know it ties into a lot of shit. So did you see Captain Marvel?
Yeah.
So Captain Marvel, you saw how the Skrulls, they made them look bad, but in actuality, they were the ones that were being oppressed by the Kree. So they helped them out, and they have shape-shifting abilities, right?
So wait. On the Marvel cinema, there's no such thing as Nick Fury. He's an alien.
No. I don't know as of when. Like I don't know when they replaced him, but yes, he was real before that. But the reason why they showed it is at that post. You got to see that post-credit scene. They show the alien communicating with him, and he's on a base in space, in outer space, and he's like commanding them. He's like, "Yo, we got to do this, we got to do that." So basically, Shield turned into Sword. So now they're a new agency, and so they're dealing with like intergalactic, like supernatural, fucking all kinds of out of this world shit, and so that plays into this show now because they're the agency they sent in this chick that girl Monica Rambeau. She's the one that you saw how it played out, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She said, "Oh, your brother was killed by Ultron," and Wanda was like, "The fuck did you just say?" She's like, "The fuck you just said?" She's like, "Wait a minute, you don't belong here."
So, do you think Vision is dead? Because you keep seeing.
He's dead, bro. Right? He's dead. He's all a figment of her imagination.
Oh, man.
So Wanda saw that. She's like, "Nah, you don't belong here." She kicked her out, and she went into the real world. So this girl.
So all of this, she's her own enemy right now, then.
She might be Yeah, bro. I don't know. I have a feeling that they're building her to be the next big, not villain, but like adversary. And but I think that there's other villains in the behind the scenes
Remember,
trying to
how is
Magneto.
oh, and I did see that they're gonna have Pietro or whatever Silver. What's his name?
Um, Quicksilver.
Quicksilver. He's gonna be in the next few episodes too. So
Oh, you heard about that? I didn't hear about that.
yeah,
You
I follow this guy Geekdom.
remember a lot of them are a lot of these nerd breakdowns are speculation. Like they unless they say, "Hey, I have."
Yeah, it was an Easter egg or some shit.
Yeah, it was an Easter egg. Because they're saying that Vision, he has speed powers now like her brother Quicksilver. Maybe that's because it's coming from her imagination, but yeah, Vision is dead. Like he does not exist in the real world. He exists only in her world.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So this chick Monica Rambeau, and she was a little girl.
he didn't die in the blip. He died.
No, he died. Then that's why the girl said, what's her name? Darcy. She's like, wait, but he's dead, right? He didn't blip out. He's dead. So he does not exist in the real world. So, and then did you peep it at the end? She got a glimpse of him and it showed him like a zombie and his head was caved in. So I think that's her head fucking with her. Like, this is what he really looks like. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not really here. You're just making this shit up.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. This shit could go any way. Like, you know what I mean? She probably gets pissed that they're trying to infiltrate her world, and she comes out and fucks shit up. I don't know.
On some tinfoil shit, though, do you see like how they could actually create whole different community?
Oh, like a virtual world and shit.
Yeah, that was real insane to see that.
It's like some Matrix shit too. If you think about it, like it's a subliminal, like it's a figment of your imagination, of your mind.
Matrix is coming out too. That's good. Yeah. I can't wait.
Yeah, I can't wait for that next episode of WandaVision, bro, because that shit is like, it's only, oh, so wait, before we get off of that, they're going to introduce the multiverse. And when they introduce the multiverse, that's when you're going to hear about mutants and X-Men and this, and that's how they're going to bring in the mutants and the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, that's how they even bring it in. Did you see Spider-Verse? I'm sure you did.
Of course. Yeah.
It's the same thing. They introduced different and it's going to be the Spider-Verse too. They're going to bring in 20 Spider-Man.
So
that's
that's the animated one, right? But they're working on Spider-Man 3, right? They're working on Spider-Man 3, so that might blend into the whole multiverse shit. And they're saying you might see Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man come out.
No, I heard all three of them are going to be there.
Tom Holland, Tobey Maguire, and Garfield, the other dude.
That's
Garfield.
Crazy, right?
Imagine them like coming out, like all three of them. So they're just taking this shit to another level, bro.
Because they can. They're gonna fucking stretch everything out, make money, capitalize on everything. I even saw something for what's her name, Gwen. There's gonna be
Gwen Stacy.
Yeah, I saw I don't know if it was a fandom, maybe.
She died though, right? She died in one of them, and the
spider chick with the white suit.
Oh, yeah.
She's they're gonna make her own. I guess kind of.
There's so much shit they're gonna do, bro. It's crazy. And then not just that. Then you got Falcon and Winter Soldier coming out, and you got Loki coming out, and then you got Hawkeye. So,
Loki one.
Bro, all this shit is gonna like connect to each other.
And finally, Disney Plus will really truly earn that
subscription.
They're holding on by the threads. I'm about to get.
Nah, bro. I like the Mandalorian alone.
Yeah,
they could keep that shit.
Yo,
I mean, they could keep my money. The Mandalorian alone sold me.
Shit, but it's fire. Yeah.
But I don't know if you heard, they had a huge like Comic-Con kind of online presentation a few months back, and they announced all the new Star Wars properties and the new Marvel shit. Like they announced a whole bunch of shit, bro.
Was Mandalorian on it? Or?
Yes, Mandalorian. They're gonna do Obi-Wan Kenobi. They're gonna do Ahsoka. They're gonna do Rangers of the New Republic. Bro, Star Wars alone has a bunch of shit coming out.
Yeah.
All the Marvel shit coming out. They're gonna do Armor Wars. You know what Armor Wars is?
Oh man.
Bro, fucking War Machine. He's got to fight because the villain.
It's a Hulkbuster too.
Yeah, and bro, they get Tony Stark's tech, so he's got to fight all these villains off with Tony Stark's tech. Bro, they're gonna do so much shit.
Yeah. So much activities.
I was watching that shit the other day.
I know, man. Me rolling. That's how funny that shit is. I
love that shit.
Oh man, that shit was funny.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Well, I'm gonna bring in those are actually sampled one of the parts from that movie for one of our songs.
For Step Brothers?
Yeah.
What part?
The part when there was like both getting interviewed and he said something. I forgot. I'll send you the song.
Oh yeah. There's deleted scenes. There's a deleted scene that I fucking, it's so funny, bro. When they're opening the Christmas presents, and he's like 100% rawhide wallet. He's like, I didn't fucking. He's like, I made a list. Like he wanted a fucking toy, and his brother gets a whole cans. He's like, wait, they all got whole cans. They start fucking. Yo, I love that fucking movie, bro. It's a classic. And we're back, guys. I don't know what happened, but fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, you just like the cut, son, just peeled off a layer. You know what I mean? Looking like a DJ right now, son.
DJ Baldy Locks. You know what I mean?
I see the New York in the back. Shout out.
Got that Daryl Strawberry player.
We just got Iman Shumpert to Brooklyn Nets. I mean, I'm just a New York enthusiast. Whoever is, doesn't matter. Like, I prefer, of course, Knicks, and not gladly, but Yankees, you know, I know you like the Mets. But even the Mets, like, unless they were going at it with each other, if they were in a World Series, I'm voting for them. But,
yeah.
So Iman Shumpert is in Brooklyn Nets, and the reason why I can bring up Iman Shumpert, I met homie mad years ago. We were at an event, and he does music as well. I was there with Luminary. Shout out to Luminary. And, you know, Luminary is an amazing engineer, you know.
And producer, yeah.
Producer, everything. So we were chopping it up. And he's like, yeah, I'm putting music out, blah, blah, blah. So, yo, come by the studio. And we had a studio, Luminary studio in Coney Island. And son showed up. Now, this is somebody who was in the Knicks.
Wow.
Okay? In the Knicks. Was out that night. We met him. On the humble. It was an exclusive event, so you know, I'm pretty sure he was like, okay, anybody who's here.
Right.
So I guess that definitely helped out. But the fact that he came.
Y'all did a joint together, right?
Yeah, we did a song together.
Send it to me. I'll play it at the end of this episode.
Yeah, dope. And yo, he put it on his mixtape, and then Luminary mixed on his whole other mixtape. He's nice, man. You know, so it's good to see him back. Hopefully now that he's in New York. Get him back in the lab and work on something new. For sure.
What team was he at?
He was in the Knicks, and then he left. I forgot where he's coming from exactly, but he's a Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah. That's what matters. That, you know, it's funny because Logan had asked me about this basketball. I forgot
about basketball.
He had asked me about this dude, and I was like, just so clueless. Not like I wasn't trying to be clueless, but the name didn't ring a bell. And I know he's somebody famous. The dude with the beard. Like I looked him up after. I was like, okay, I know who this guy is. But anyway, whatever. I'm just the worst basketball fan, and not that I'm hating on it. It's just I don't have time to absorb all these different sports. Like I could barely watch a baseball game now. You know me, bro. You know what sport I fucking watch. You know what I'm saying? That's the only sport I really watch, bro. Is fights. Huh?
Midget wrestling?
You can't say the M word. You're gonna have to get canceled now, buddy. You cannot say the M word.
Yo, it's not politically correct.
It's not. I don't give a fuck. People are a bunch of pussies nowadays. Anyway, um, but
I
yeah. So, what the fuck was I saying, bro? I don't even remember.
um I don't know exactly, but you were talking about music. No, you were talking about Logan.
Oh, he was telling me about this bat. So yeah, I'm out of. Thank you. I'm out of tune with basketball. I barely follow baseball. Like obviously, if the Mets go to the playoffs, you know I'm gonna fucking get back on it
Hardcore
because
baseball fanatic, bro.
I used to be.
And it
I,
just
I can't watch a whole game, bro. It's too fucking long. Especially now, there's no fans around. Like this shit is whack. But yeah, if I hope the Mets go to the playoffs so I could be like, yes, finally we could fucking got something to root for. But other than that, I haven't watched any football games all season, only for the Super Bowl. Last season I did the same shit. I only saw the Super Bowl is dope. Super Bowl is dope.
do anything or not?
I watch it at home. You know what I mean? Like, what
Yeah,
is there really to do?
it's weird, right?
It's just it's just weird. But
My perspective, you know me.
I'm definitely gonna watch the game though, for sure.
Yeah,
But I got my reasons why I gotta be a little,
I know.
you know what I mean? But things will change though once the weather gets nicer and cases start slowing down and people want to take that vaccine, which I'm not taking, but all power to you, man. If you want to take it,
No,
God bless you.
exactly. That's exactly how I feel about it, brother. God bless you, regardless.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna push through this, man. We're gonna adjust. Everybody, you either adjust or you don't. You're just gonna be left behind.
Yeah.
And I feel good, man. I feel like we're in a good space, man. I think a lot of the good things are gonna transpire shortly.
And it starts with being in a good headspace, man. If you're not in a good headspace, that's where you got to start.
Another thing also that if you're not in a good headspace, that's fine. You have to also understand that right now, I think is the best time. Reason why, okay, granted, I know there's a lot of crazy shit going on. God bless everyone who's suffering or going through something. I don't mean it for that perspective. I mean it in terms of prior to this happening, there was always a manuscript to something, right? And there was always a professional rule or way to a certain kind of etiquette that you have to follow because this is how it is, and the professionals or whatever it is. Even if you were to go like a therapy, like there you fall under some kind of diagnosis or some kind of whatever, however they could diagnose you, right? We're living in a world right now where this pandemic, this is new to us. There's no reference sheet. There's no go-to, okay, check this paragraph and this is how you should feel or how you shouldn't feel, because people they already were going through things prior to this. So if you were going through some shit prior to this, your own trauma that you're healing with and you're getting rid of, and now this comes aboard. Now this is it's like some gremlin shit, like waters and shit just mutates into something else. And I think that's what happened. Like a lot of people were in a fearful state prior to the pandemic. When the pandemic hit, now a lot of their fears get justified because now they're fighting to be scared about something. Because this is what the fear-mongering media does. They put us in a certain kind of mode where now you got people that literally get up and fight for this fear, to protect this fear, because in a sense, it gives them some form of security, but it doesn't. It's just familiar. And whether it's good or bad for us, we would choose familiarity more than what benefits us more. So that's sad. But the fact that there isn't a reference allows us to create one. So really, whatever works for you, now you don't have to say, "Oh, can I do this or should I do this?" Or now, if you've been doing something and it feels good and it's productive to you and it's cohesive with your routine and your life and your family, and it's not offensive to anyone, especially yourself, it's working. Follow that shit. Stop believing in other people's, and not that we can't take other people's struggles and their stories and success stories and the glory. is inspiration. We definitely should. I do that all the time, but I love it. And hearing about success stories, other people, I love it. It inspires me. But now, because how about if you weren't able to do what the reference sheet tells you to do? It's how about if that's just not in your makeup to be that kind of person? Now you can just be you. You don't gotta work because the professionals don't know. You can even go to a fucking therapist. They don't know what the fuck is going on right now. They don't have no true sense of enough data to collect and how this can affect people right now. This is so new. So take this time to create something for yourself. What works for you, and it could literally be anything. Just immerse yourself in these practices, in these lifestyle, in these whatever you're doing that makes you laugh, makes you smile.
Follow your passion.
Yeah, man. And I think we always say that. We always somehow circle back to passion and purpose. They go hand in hand.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. I can't say it any better, bro. You know that movie Soul? That I don't know if you got to see it. Is on Disney Plus. It's about that. I love it. They released it around the same time when Wonder Woman came out, and I was like, "Damn, Wonder Woman was such a letdown." I really wanted to like it. This Wonder Woman 2.
What the fuck happened to that, man?
I'll get back to that in a second, but what I want to say was like Soul is so beautiful because it's like it tells you about what is your purpose and not to get too deep into something, and because then you become a lost soul. And it's just so crazy, bro. All the depth to that movie was beautiful, man. So definitely recommend it.
And
yes,
something you just said, the little things, man.
The little things, yeah.
Not even sometimes. It should always be the little things, because when you take joy and have purpose in those little things, you have a purpose every single day.
Yeah.
But if you try to make it bigger than who you think you are or what you can be, and now in this pandemic, you can't flourish.
Yeah.
Do shit right now. Controlled. So now they're allowing you from being who you really are. That's impossible. You are who you are, regardless if you know it or not. A lot of people, and I'm claiming to I believe in who I think I am, and definitely go to the extent of that. But there's a lot more shit that I don't know, and then it'll uncover itself as time goes on, and the more study, deeper I go inside of myself, of course.
I agree, bro. You're right.
And just another thing about this time is, let's not, being that there's no reference sheet, let's not make one. Every day we change, bro. If you were to base who you are and how you felt, you'll be a zillion things a year, because you go into those modes where you're like, I love this. This is my favorite thing. And 2 weeks later, oh man, I don't like that shit. I like this shit, or you feel hot or you feel cold, or you're so temperamental. Your emotions, and feelings, these are temporary. They shouldn't define who we are. Who we are is not who we feel like. That always fucking changes. So the fact that there isn't a reference sheet, let's not create one. Take it day by day. What worked amazingly today may not work tomorrow. And that's fine. And we shouldn't put so much pressure on it. I was talking to my boy F about that actually. He's like, yo, son, I feel amazing. I've been in the gym and been meditating, doing all of that, I was like, yo, that's beautiful, And he's like, yo, how about you? I was like, you know what's funny? Like, so I went through a few years of making sure I meditate and do my breathing techniques and this and that every single day. And yes, I was joyous and happy, but there was a little underlying feeling of, if I don't get this done, I won't feel happy today, or some shit like that. And now I live where I can't feel like that. That mindset has to reign over my actions. So now it's like, if the time to like, oh, yo, I got 30 minutes. Yo, let me go do a quick meditation. Like, I don't beat myself up, or I don't lean on having to do something to be something. I'm already am that, but it is a good practice to do these things. And that's how I do it now. And it just remove that whole stress of having to do it. And if anything, you find yourself doing it more. Like I take, like with the cold showers, right? You know, shout out to Winhall. I still do cold showers, bro. And I'm past like, I think maybe almost a year now. And it's part of my shower
routine.
It's not even anything anymore. I used to fucking get stressed out about it because I'm like, oh, I gotta do 2 minutes. And now I'll take a regular shower.
Yeah.
As I'm ending it, the last few minutes of it will be cold. I'm not even counting it anymore. I just remember how long, you know, just to do this or to the end. It's like part of.
I gotta work on that, building that cold shower resistance.
But that's something that is just now I'm removing the layers of whatever causes stress or whatever puts something in my mind that forces me to have to do something. You don't have to do anything, brother. It's a quick mindset of just acceptance and surrender to whatever it will be or whatever it is. Because there's people out there, God bless them, who are immobile and they can't. So they can't do anything to be something. So that means they can't be who they really are because for whatever reason, you know? So it's more the mindset, and I'm learning that more and more. I find myself going around this circle with the same exact shit and just finding deeper meanings to every something that I analyzed like 2 years ago and I thought I resolved. Oh my God, such an epiphany. And then now I'm like, holy shit, it's not even like this, it's like this. You know what I mean? My bad, son.
No, I listen, man. I that's
intertwined.
No, but I totally hear you and I agree, man. It's like you have to get in tune, man. You have to get in tune, especially nowadays with so much negativity out there. You have to find balance. You have to find a center and just stay in there, man. It's already
like you and me. You see how we build, bro? This is genuine. Like we could do this shit on the camera or conversations, bro.
This is just a regular conversation, bro.
We're just fucking putting it out.
And we're putting it out there for the world to listen, man. Listen, if you want to take some tidbits out of this and apply it to your life, then God bless you and, you know, all power to you. But if you don't, and this is just entertainment, then show us some love and follow the channel, subscribe, like, share, you know, tell your friends. You know what I mean? And we got, once we get off of this, we're going to finish that game later or tomorrow or whenever. But on that note, let's wrap it up and say you want, you know what I mean? Throw your shout outs and we'll wrap it up. And
shout out to these nuts, you know what I'm saying? They've been with me all my life.
Shout out to these nuts.
Yo, facts. Shout out to G.E.D. Shout out to Narcotex. Shout out to Doza. Just did a record. Shout out to Dax. Shout out to Mundos. These are just people I've been talking to like the last day and a half. And I was like, yo, I got to get y'all out there and discuss music. You know, I was actually in the studio and we bumped into some other dudes. And it's like, yo, son, I'm watching the podcast. Yo, this shit is dope, man. It's, you know, and me always being as humble as I think I could be. I'm like, oh, thank you, this learning process, we're still getting, it's dope how it is, man. Like, I'm like,
just getting better. We're just getting better.
But it's good to hear that, you know, and I know, you and I both know there's still, you know, we still got ways to go.
Yeah.
We're just enjoying every step of the way.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's only going to get better, man. Once we could do more in person.
You see your quality. I'm going to get to that quality. Well, that quality.
I might be at the next quality, but we'll see.
You look like you in a Vlad TV interview. That's how.
You know what I'm saying? But yo, shout out to
Logan.
Shout out to Iron Man. You know what I'm saying?
Logan needs to do our own.
Yeah, listen, me and Logan did a duo. It was great, and I had fun doing this one with you, brother. So
always fun.
If it's either the trio or the duo, but you're still gonna get some old school new vibes content, guys.
Pause.
You know what I mean?
Peace and love to everyone. God bless you, man. Be safe and live
to the fullest, guys. Life is too short. One love, y'all.
Bless.
Peace.